Hi everyone, today we're going to have a go at using paint chips. I'm still working on my A Time in Africa journal, and I'm still using the butterflies from Golden Mead. Last time we made some coin pockets with the butterflies and a bit of muslin, texture paste. This time we're going to use paint chips. So let's get cracking. I'll just zoom you back out again. So at our local hardware store, we have these paint chips, and I popped down there and saw a good friend of mine who they said was changing colours, so they were going to be throwing some out. So I said, I'd love a few if you don't mind, and grab them from her. So what we're going to do is they come in different sizes. Some of them are long and they've got 12 colours on them. I quite like these ones, and they actually are going to match in the journal really well as well with the purple and the tealy blues. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop it down a little bit. You could leave them whole. They have got writing on the back, so all I'll do is put a piece of tea stain paper over, tea-dyed paper over the back, and it can be used as a journaling spot. I quite like the writing on it. These are quite cool. This is they're by Dulux, so they're New Zealand place names. So we've got Hole in the Rock, Goat Island, Taylor's Mistake. And on this one we've got Nugget Point, been there, Pukerua Bay, been there, and Kihikihi, been there. So I've actually been to all of those places. How lucky am I? Probably this one's about an inch and a half wide. So what I'll do is I'll take the Dulux symbol off. Sorry, Dulux. Don't throw it away, because obviously you can use that for another one. I'm just going to make two today with you. And these are going to put a nice pop of colour into the journal. Where is my rounder? I'm just going to round the corner. I can make them all the same now, haven't I? That one there. I always use my corner rounder upside down. That way I can make sure that it's hard up against the where it needs to be. Where's my little vacuum cleaner? Tidy up my spot. Okay, we'll do them both at the same time. Similar to the process that we used for the coin pocket last video, we're going to use a stencil. I'm going to use a different stencil to the last time. I'm going to use some texture paste, and we'll put that down first. I have stamped the back of these before for another project I was working on. You just got to give them time to dry, because they're paint samples. They can get a little bit, they're sort of a little bit shiny. But again, if you've got them in your stash or you can get them, you can just pick and choose a colour that will suit your project the best. Let me just wipe that up. I don't need that mess everywhere. And white stands out quite nicely on these darker colours. I think I've used them before on Christmas tags as well. So, like I said, they can just add a nice piece of colour, and as you know, I'm going to say, a bit of interest. Right, so that's that little bit done. I'm going to pop you on hold, clean up a mess. Stick around, be right back. Okay, so again, I'm going to give it a little bit of a flick with some gold distress spray, spritz. You could use acrylic paint if you wanted to use white paint, or black even, depending on the project that you're working on. I'm using the gold because I've got it, and it's going to be a nice little accent in the journal that I'm making. Can get messy. That's why I have a silicone mat down. Easy to tidy up that way. So now all we need to do is, like the last time, find yourself a bit of muslin. I'm going to leave it white because it's quite a nice little accent colour. Oh, accent, is white a colour? It'd probably look a little bit odd if I tea dyed it or use tea dye. Maybe not. But in this instance, I'm going to use the white. Doesn't matter if it hangs over the edge. I'm going to, I'm going to use the brown with this, the beigey colour. I'm just using some ink, take those white edges off. And that one's quite cool too. It's got some neat colours in it. Yep, like that. That was just a bit of scorched timber. Now these will hang over the side a little bit, so I'll have to think about where I'm going to put them in the journal. They could be a tuck, side tuck. We can have a quick little look before we finish up. I want to keep them pretty flat though for my friend who's taking it to South Africa. We don't want it too chunky. Although, looking the way it's shaping up, and these are the butterflies out of Golden Mead's A Time in Africa kit. So that is what we're going to end up with. I'll just give that a little trim, a bit scruffy on it. I'm okay with that one hanging off. We get the journal. Let's have a little look again. Might be something that you can put on the, with a paper clip on the side. Here's my purples. That looks pretty cool actually. I do like that. It could go as belly band. You glued it here and here. You slip something in behind it. Actually, that's a good idea, Helena. Pleased you thought of it. There's a little side pocket there. So it could actually sit on that side pocket, glued down. Although that's got some pretty cool patterns on it. So I'm going to have fun, aren't I? Putting this all together. I'm making all these bits and pieces. And eventually we will get to a finished journal. So I hope you enjoyed what I made today and you're able to give it a go. If you haven't got these bits and pieces in your stash, you can absolutely use coloured card or scrapbook paper and give it a go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.